Ever wondered how fate turned against the beloved cast of Dallas once basking in the spotlight? Some saw their lives take shocking turns due to tragic accidents. From devastating crashes to unforeseen injuries, these events shaped their destinies in ways no one could predict. But where are they now in 2025? Have they reclaimed their former glory? Or are they still struggling in the shadows of their past? Join us as we uncover the untold stories of resilience, heartbreak, and unexpected comebacks. Some revelations may surprise you, and others will tug at your heartstrings. Don't miss this deep dive into their journeys. Patrick Duffy, who portrayed Bobby Ewing in Dallas, was 29 years old when he took on the role of the warm-hearted yet sometimes naive younger Ewing brother. His portrayal became iconic, symbolizing the show's moral compass amid family betrayal. Despite his fame, Duffy's personal life was marked by sorrow. He married ballet dancer Carlin Rosser, and they had 2 sons, Porrick and Connor, but their marriage, while loving, endured deep hardships, including long separations due to his demanding schedule. Tragedy struck in 1986 when Duffy's parents were murdered during a robbery, leaving him devastated. After Rosser's death in 2017, he faced profound loneliness. A brief romance with actress Linda Perot brought him some happiness later in life. His post-Dallas career saw moderate success but never recaptured his earlier stardom, leading to struggles with depression. At 76, he remains active but largely lives quietly, focusing on small projects. His estate is estimated at $8 million, a testament to his enduring legacy despite the heavy personal losses he has endured over the years. Linda Gray, who played the tormented and glamorous Sue Ellen Ewing, was 38 when she first captivated audiences. Her portrayal of Sue Ellen's descent into alcoholism and resilience was groundbreaking. Off-screen, Gray's life often mirrored her character's turmoil. She married photographer Ed Thrasher, and they had 1 son, Jeff, but the marriage ended in a bitter divorce after years of growing apart. She later engaged in several high-profile but ultimately unhappy relationships, each ending in heartbreak. Gray struggled with her own battles against depression and loneliness after Dallas, facing a career slump and financial hardships in the 1990s. She published a memoir revealing her struggles with self-worth and identity beyond Sue Ellen. At 84, she remains gracious with fans, but prefers a reclusive life, occasionally appearing at conventions. Her estate is estimated to be around $5 million, reflecting a hard-earned legacy shaped by personal battles and triumphs. Howard Keel, who portrayed the charming and steady Clayton Farlow, joined Dallas at 62 years old, bringing gravitas and warmth to the troubled Ewing saga. Keel, famous from classic MGM musicals, found late career fame on the show, but his personal life was filled with turbulence. Married 3 times, he had 4 children across his marriages, but lingering tensions and infidelity rumors marred his relationships. His 3rd marriage to Judy Magamal, though lasting until his death, was burdened by his failing health and financial difficulties. After Dallas, Keel faced declining roles, which caused frustration and depression. A stroke in the early 2000s weakened him further. On November 7, 2004, he died at age 85 from colon cancer, surrounded by family but burdened by unspoken regrets. His estate was valued at approximately $1 million, a modest sum reflecting years of career ups and downs, with much of his fortune lost to failed investments and medical bills. Charlene Tilton, who embodied the vivacious and often troubled Lucy Ewing, was just 19 years old when she became America's sweetheart on Dallas. Tilton's real-life story, however, mirrored the sadness behind Lucy's wide smile. Raised in poverty by a single mother, she struggled with abandonment issues. Her short-lived marriage to country singer Johnny Lee produced 1 daughter, Cherish Lee, but the marriage ended bitterly amidst infidelities and emotional strain. Tilton battled substance abuse in her 20s and 30s, fueled by the sudden fame and loneliness after her career stalled post-Dallas. She faced financial troubles, filed for bankruptcy in the 1990s, and tragically lost her fiancé, cinematographer Chetty Hart, to a sudden heart attack in 2009. Though she made sporadic television appearances, lasting success eluded her. At 66, Tilton now lives a quieter life, focusing on mental health advocacy. Her estate is estimated at $500,000, a poignant reminder of a star who once shined so brightly but was dimmed by life's relentless hardships. Deborah Renard, who portrayed Sly Lovegren in Dallas, was 22 years old when she stepped into the role of J.R. Ewing's sharp-witted, loyal secretary in 1981. Her character was often the silent witness to many of the Ewing's darkest dealings, adding depth with her quiet intelligence. After the series, Renard struggled to maintain a steady acting career, facing repeated rejections and fading into obscurity. She married actor Paul Johansson, but their relationship was marred by jealousy and long separations. They had one son, Quinn, before divorcing bitterly in 2015. Renard endured loneliness and financial hardship for years, battling depression and estrangement from her family. She suffered a near-fatal car accident in 2009 and later faced foreclosure on her home. Though she returned to acting sporadically, the industry had mostly forgotten her. Now at 66, Renard lives modestly in a small apartment in Los Angeles, surviving mainly on residuals and occasional teaching gigs. Her estate is estimated at a humble $250,000, a stark contrast to her earlier fame. Despite everything, she remains hopeful for a final comeback that has yet to materialize. Omri Katz, who portrayed John Ross Ewing III in Dallas, joined the cast in 1983 at just 7 years old. As the beloved yet often neglected son of J.R. and Sue Ellen, Katz brought a vulnerability to the show that endeared him to audiences. Fame came too early, however, and after Dallas, he found it impossible to transition into adult roles. Katz battled substance abuse throughout his teenage years and spent several stints in rehab. His brief marriage to makeup artist Danielle Grant ended after only 3 years, strained by financial problems and his struggles with sobriety. They had no children. Katz became increasingly reclusive, cutting ties with former friends and family members. After numerous failed business ventures, he settled into a quiet life as a hairdresser in Santa Monica. Now 48, he rarely grants interviews and is said to suffer from chronic anxiety. His modest lifestyle reflects his reality, an estimated estate of only $150,000. Though far from the limelight, Katz finds some peace in his anonymity and the small, loyal client base he serves. Priscilla Presley, who portrayed Jenna Wade in Dallas, first appeared in 1983 at the age of 38, playing the poised and tragic former lover of Bobby Ewing. Presley infused Jenna with a wounded elegance that resonated deeply with fans. Despite maintaining public success, her private life spiraled after Dallas ended. She endured a string of failed relationships, most notably a toxic engagement to screenwriter Marco Leone, which ended in scandal and heartbreak. Presley's relationship with her daughter, Lisa Marie, grew strained, especially after financial mismanagement left Lisa's inheritance in ruins. Presley faced several lawsuits and the bankruptcy of her once thriving business ventures. Her beloved son Benjamin's tragic death in 2020 shattered her spirit. Now 79, she lives a relatively isolated life in Beverly Hills, still active in charity work but rarely seen in public. Her estate is valued at approximately $50 million, a testament to her resilience despite overwhelming personal losses. Presley continues to quietly honor her family's complicated legacy while grappling with aging and the weight of memory. Deborah Trinelli, who portrayed Phyllis Wapner in Dallas, joined the series in 1981 at 26 years old. As Bobby Ewing's dedicated and compassionate secretary, Trinelli brought warmth and subtle humor to a world often dominated by ruthless ambition. After Dallas, she struggled to break free from typecasting, finding only limited success in small theater productions and regional musicals. Trinelli married jazz musician Alan Bergman in 1990, but the marriage collapsed after years of infertility struggles and creative frustrations. They divorced quietly in 2002 without having children. She battled alcoholism in her late 40s, leading to an arrest for public intoxication that derailed her career even further. Trinelli also survived breast cancer after a brutal 2-year fight, which left her weakened but determined. Now 69, she lives alone in a modest condo in New York City, occasionally performing cabaret shows for small audiences. Her estate is estimated at around $400,000, primarily from royalties and modest performance fees. Despite the hardships, Trinelli remains a beloved figure to a small circle of devoted fans. Sherry J. Wilson, who portrayed the ambitious April Stevens in Dallas, was 27 years old when she joined the cast in 1986. Her character, scheming yet endearing, quickly became a fan favorite. However, Wilson's life off-screen was marred by hidden struggles. She married entrepreneur Daniel Cross in 1990, a union fraught with infidelity and distance. They had 2 sons, Ethan and Marcus, but the marriage ended bitterly in 2002 after years of silent resentment. Though Wilson continued to act and produce, her career never regained the momentum Dallas had given her. Financial missteps and a series of failed production ventures drained her resources. She faced a string of health scares, including a serious bout of pneumonia in 2015, and a long recovery from a car accident in 2018. Estranged from her sons, who live abroad, Wilson now lives a quiet, solitary life in Colorado. At 66, she reflects often on lost opportunities and strained family ties. Her estate is currently estimated at $500,000, much diminished from her peak years. Shalane McCall, who played the rebellious Charlie Way beginning at just 11 years old in 1983, captured hearts with her natural, heartfelt performances. Yet, stardom came too soon and with heavy costs. After Dallas, McCall struggled to find serious roles and fell into obscurity. She married music producer Brian Tanner at 20, but the relationship was tumultuous, marred by financial instability and emotional abuse. They had 1 daughter, Lacey, but divorced after a bitter custody battle in 2001. Deep depression and substance abuse followed, leading to several rehab stints. Financial ruin forced her to sell her family home in 2009. She now lives modestly in Nevada, surviving on a small inheritance and occasional royalties. At 52, McCall remains reclusive, rarely making public appearances. Despite attempts at reconciliation, her relationship with her daughter remains strained. Her estate is estimated to be worth around $250,000, a stark contrast to the promising future she once held. Audrey Landers, who dazzled audiences as Afton Cooper from 1981 at age 25, seemed destined for lasting fame. Her portrayal of the sultry singer entangled in Dallas's web of lies became iconic. Yet behind the glamour, Landers faced private heartaches. She married businessman Robert Fields in 1985, but their union, filled with jealousies and career conflicts, ended in a bitter divorce in 1997. They had twin sons, Julian and Sebastian, whose relationship with their mother became increasingly strained as Audrey tried to revive her career with little success. After Dallas, she found herself typecast and largely sidelined by Hollywood. She endured financial losses after investing in a failed cosmetics line and battled breast cancer quietly in 2012. Though still working sporadically, Landers now leads a lonely, reflective life in Florida. At 68, she faces declining health and fading fame. Her estate, once rumored to be millions, now hovers around $700,000, kept afloat by careful management of her dwindling royalties. Larry Hagman, who famously embodied the cunning oil baron J.R. Ewing when Dallas premiered in 1978, was 47 years old and at the peak of his craft. His portrayal of J.R. defined television villainy for generations. Off-screen, however, Hagman's life was riddled with personal battles. He married Maj Axelson in 1954, a bond that endured despite overwhelming hardships, including his heavy drinking and a liver transplant in 1995 after years of alcohol abuse. The couple had 2 children, Heidi and Preston, but Larry's health issues and erratic behavior strained family relations. Post-Dallas, Hagman struggled with typecasting and spiraling health problems, including throat cancer. He continued acting but never found a role as significant. His last years were spent quietly in Texas, grappling with memory loss and recurring health crises. Larry Hagman passed away on November 23, 2012, at the age of 81, from complications related to acute myeloid leukemia. His estate at the time of his death was estimated at $10 million, much of which was left to his children and various charitable causes. Ken Kercheval, who portrayed the endlessly scheming Cliff Barnes on Dallas, was 43 years old when the series first aired in 1978. His performance as J.R. Ewing's desperate rival made him a memorable figure in television history. Despite the fame, Kercheval's personal life was fraught with heartache. He married actress Ava Jameson, but their turbulent marriage collapsed after 7 years, strained by his struggle with alcoholism and career frustrations. They had 3 children, Michael, Amy, and David, whom he remained close to, though his busy career often created distance. After Dallas ended, Kercheval struggled to find meaningful roles, leading to bouts of depression and financial difficulties. He suffered through bankruptcy, a battle with lung cancer, and a devastating house fire in the late 1990s. Although he later found some peace living quietly in Clinton, Indiana, he carried deep regrets about lost opportunities. He passed away on April 21, 2019, at the age of 83 due to pneumonia complications. His estate, much reduced from his peak years, was estimated at around $500,000, largely tied up in modest real estate holdings. Barbara Bel Geddes, who played the strong yet nurturing Miss Ellie Ewing on Dallas, was 55 years old when she joined the cast in 1978. Her portrayal of the Ewing family matriarch became one of the show's emotional anchors. Off-screen, her life was tinged with sorrow. She married stage director Windsor Lewis but faced a troubled marriage marked by long separations and infidelity rumors. They had 1 daughter, Susan, though Barbara often lamented that her career kept her away during Susan's childhood. After Dallas, Bel Geddes battled breast cancer and suffered a series of mini-strokes that left her health in steady decline. She struggled with loneliness after her husband's death in 1972 and retreated almost completely from public life, living reclusively in Maine. She passed away on August 8, 2005, at the age of 82 due to lung cancer. Despite years of financial mismanagement, she left behind an estate estimated at $4 million, largely consisting of residuals from Dallas and royalties from her earlier work on Broadway. Victoria Principal, who captured hearts as Pamela Barnes Ewing starting at age 28 in Dallas' 1978 debut, became one of the series' brightest stars. Her character's tragic entanglement in the Ewing family feud mirrored aspects of Principal's own troubled personal life. She married screenwriter Christopher Skinner during the height of her fame, but the marriage quickly disintegrated under the pressures of Hollywood life. A second marriage to Beverly Hills plastic surgeon Dr. Harry Glassman also ended in a bitter divorce. Victoria never had children, citing a fear of repeating cycles of dysfunction she observed growing up. After leaving Dallas in 1987, her acting career floundered, pushing her into the business world where she found success with her skincare empire. Still, Victoria endured profound loneliness, several publicized health scares, and strained family relationships over the years. Now 75, she lives quietly on her ranch in California, dedicating her time to animal rescue and philanthropy. Her personal estate is estimated at around $350 million, thanks to her business ventures and wise investments. Who is your favorite character from Dallas? How does it feel knowing that some of the actors are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future uploads. Thank you for your support.